What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father. Amazon Kindle Create Space. Um, from beef to peace. Some of us beef. Some of us have had beef in the past. Some of us don't know how to get over beef. So this is what I'm gonna say to you. Uh, there comes a point in life where you gotta evaluate the cost of your beef. See, you could turn beef into peace and keep it moving and still agree to disagree. You feel me? One of the ways is to agree to disagree. Like, look, that's your point. That's your point. We both don't feel each other's points. So how about we separate? And that works because both parties already know that if you cross this line, we're going to get into it because we've already been here. So it's a deterrent for somebody to start something because they already know up front, yeah, that ain't going to end well. Another way that you go from beef to peace is you walk away. And see, some people, and I'm one of those people who understand that sometimes it's hard to walk away. Because sometimes you really want to give people the business. But I'm going to tell you some reasons why you should walk away. Because first you need to observe who you beefing with. So you got some people who beef with you who got a death wish. Whether it's you or anybody else, they just want somebody to put them out of their misery. I spoke about that before. You got certain people who just need a good old-fashioned ass whipping. But they think they're tough. So because they think they're tough, they push people's buttons. Bully mentality sometimes. But they know who to pick on and who not to pick on. That's why I say walk away. Another reason is you got people who are trying to prove themselves to be tough. And they're beefing with people for their own ego. And they don't really want it like that. So that's why you should walk away. And they're the people who instigate stuff knowing that they're going to run and cry victim afterwards. And you got to learn to see the difference between the groups. The people with the death wish, is the reason why you keep at peace with them and walk off because they got a death wish. Like, you can mess around and kill this person and you wind up doing life. They got what they wanted out the deal. But now you got to pay for their death wish. You don't want to put yourself in that position. You got to step back, observe it, and when you see it coming, like, you know what? Don't worry. Somebody else is going to put you out your misery. It's coming. I ain't going to be the one because, all these witnesses, all these cameras, I don't even want to live with that on my conscience. You ain't worth it. You walk away. They're the people who want to prove that they tough and just need a good old-fashioned ass whipping. The reason why you walk away from them is because you can beat them. Like, you know you can, if you know you can beat them, and I've been around the block before, like, I learned this at an early age, right? When you beat up a person who was out to try to prove their toughness, it's just gonna, if they know they're not gonna win against you, they're gonna bring friends. And if they friends can't win against you, they're gonna bring more friends. If they friends can't win against you, they're gonna bring more friends. And at some point it's like, man, look, man, y'all just ain't built like that. Chill out. And you're going to constantly be in a fight that you didn't even ask for, which is going to escalate because you're going to go from hands to weapons of mass destruction. You feel me? Because you're going to get tired of the odds going up and up and up. So you just leave it alone. Like, look, I ain't got time for this, man. Because those people really don't, they'll get their kicks out of knowing somebody got you. You know, it wasn't them, so they're gonna hate more until somebody that they know gets you. The other people are the people who proving it for ego. You gonna see them because you gonna tell they don't really want it. You can tell it's just something about them. They ain't got that fight in them. They ain't got that dog in them. They just, they just hoping to get a lucky shot in for their ego and say, yeah, I'm tougher than I thought I was. It's like, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Because those are them kind of kids that you mess around, you knock out, and then they go get 47 assault rifles and shoot up the whole place because, I can't take it. The movie told me I could fly. They're wasting time. So keep it peaceful. Like, hey, man, you tough guy. You real tough. You know what? I see it in you. I see it. Yeah, lie to him. Yeah, I see it in you. I know you like you, man. I would never fuck with you. Understand that? Then you got the people who want to play the victim. You gonna know them. Oh, you gonna know them because you gonna see how they your cell phone warriors. Your keyboard warriors. Your your recorders of everything because they'll start everything, but then when it's time to respond, that type of stuff, right? So you ignore them, you move on, keep it peaceful. Like, look, ignore. Sometimes the wisest thing to do is to ignore people. That's why I say in some ways that's how you keep the peace. Just ignore them, just go on. Now another way is if you have to work together with some people, y'all give each other boundaries and responsibilities. Like, look, man, look, this is this is what you do, this is what I do. So we don't necessarily get along, but let's make this a business relationship. I get this is what I'm gonna do, this is what you're gonna do, this is gonna be my responsibility, this is gonna be your responsibility. If we have to cross each other's path. That way you already know what both parties are about. So if you have to work with them and they short you, you short them, it's going to be on and popping. Plus, you got a responsibility involved. So you're like, whatever. And sometimes when you A1 with them and they A1 with you, y'all begin to get a positive rapport and y'all begin to get a respect for each other. And then that creates a peace because it's like, you know what? Your action showed me, that, more than my feelings, what my feelings thought about you. And that's keeping it 100 with a person because, actions speak louder than words. And it'll create a peaceful situation because it is what it is. Another way to keep the peace is teaching. Sometimes a person might beef with you because you know how to do something that they don't know how to do and they don't know how to ask you and they wind up hating. And if you say, look, man, what's the beef? And they say, man, you just such and such and such. And look, man, this is what I do. I mean, I'll show you how to do it. No big deal. They be like, oh, okay. Like, everything ain't guaranteed if you do it like the way I do it, but I'll show you how I do it. I'll put you on game. And what winds up happening is you don't ever necessarily have a friend, but you have somebody that could respect the fact that I'll put you up on this game. This is how it goes. And that beef will turn into peace because they realize you're not trying to not see them win. You just doing you. And they start to respect that. Like, you know what? They let me know how to do A, B, C, And now, I really ain't got nothing to say to them because they out here getting it and they showed me how to get it. I'm getting it on a smaller scale, but if I see them on that bigger scale, I could get it like them. It's just gonna take time because they didn't start from where they was at. They probably started from where I'm at right now. And they gave me the info that I needed to move up faster because they had to go through it the hard way. So that's a way to go from beef to peace. Another way is just like when you would go out and stuff, like people are party or club and people get tripped out, is have a sense of humor. Like, everything ain't got to be serious because sometimes like a person will realize you ain't really You don't have any animosity towards them. You might have animosity towards their approach or their action, but you don't know them as a person. So you be like, what you did? That's where I lie. What did you do? Like, you be like, and it'll catch people off guard. Like, oh yeah, you know what? I didn't realize I was doing that to you because I don't even know you. You don't know me, and it'll diffuse the situation. It'll go from beef to peace. Because the person like, all right, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Because it's not saying you don't, you wouldn't respond to drama. It's just saying that, damn, like, really? Like, I didn't come here for this. I don't even know you. And they were like, you didn't. And I didn't come here to be fucking with people I don't know either. So it's just wit and humor work, So for anybody who beefing, that's a way to go from beef to peace. Because you don't know, because here's the thing. You don't need to waste your life and energy beefing with people and going through drama every day because it leads nowhere. Like you could use that same energy and put it into something more positive to get your life moving forward because beefing keeps you stagnant. It really does. I'm out.